Well, good morning. Got another Think video for you. I believe this is video number 4. So, once again, you guys, these aren't requiring you to do any homework. I don't need any response, but I really do think it will encourage your thinking as far as your leadership this summer. And also, if you want to respond to that or throw out any thoughts, that Facebook page has become something that seems to be very easy for people to hop onto and be part of, a 2012 leadership page. So I'd encourage your discussion to go there so everybody can see that. So happy belated Easter. And this, I'll tell you, this Think video is actually coming from just some of my thoughts over the Easter weekend and the example that Christ was for us. And it really got me to thinking, it really got me to question who leads in my life. Who's the leader? That thought kept on coming up to me as I was thinking Friday, knowing that this is Good Friday, and then once again on Sunday, the resurrection. Who's my leader? And I began to battle within my mind and my body about. I don't think God is as much of a leader as I think He is in my life, if that makes sense. I think I put a lot of talk into that I follow Christ, that I try to do God's will every day, but yet selfishly, I could probably pull apart my day and see that I'm trying to be my own leader more than allowing Christ to be my leader. And putting my confidence in my flesh is just wrong. I mean, I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes. And to follow somebody who is prone to make mistakes, will lead to failure. So it really challenged me and really got me to thinking of how my life should be, and where I should get. Is my life led by me? Is my life led by my friends? Is my life led by my school, sports, relationships? Or is it truly led by Christ, who is the author and perfecter of all things, who has never failed, who's succeeded in life perfectly, who sets examples? And I think that's where it should be. Now, I got to thinking too, back seeing Jesus' ministry while He was on earth, after He hit kind of that, what they believe 30 years old mark, and that 3 years of ministry leading up to crucifixion, how He led people. We see many examples of God allowing Jesus, or putting in Jesus' hands, the power to heal, the power to do miracles. And as a result of that, fame spread throughout the land. Jesus became a very famous person. But was that His intent? Because there's still those miracles that He performed where He very, very clearly told those people, don't tell anyone of this. One specific example, man, He healed from leprosy. He told him, don't tell anyone of this. And really, I think when we read that initially, we think, now wait a minute. Why wouldn't you want anybody? You just created this, just performed this great miracle. You healed this man from a certain death, and you're telling him, don't tell anybody? Well, that was the leader that Jesus was. He wasn't a fame-seeking leader. He wasn't a glory-seeking leader. He wasn't a self-centered, selfish leader like I think we oftentimes are. He was a leader that cared most what His Father wanted Him to do. And He knew that if He drew attention to the miracles, well, that would be why people admired Him, instead of the gospel that He was trying to present. Miracles were just a bonus thing that God allowed. And Jesus, His heart was the message. And that very man that He healed with leprosy, that He told not to tell anybody, well, obviously the guy was so excited And he disobeyed, and he went and told people, and as a result, Jesus removed his ministry from that town. And he began to do ministry in the outskirts of that town, and people still came out to see him, but the fame got, or could have been, too much, where people weren't listening to the message of God, but they were excited about the miracles of God. And Jesus didn't want that. He was a humble leader. He wanted people to recognize his Father through him. He didn't want to be famous, and he didn't need parades. He was a humble leader, and he bore the pain of these people he would meet, and he bore a lot of things that we probably don't even understand or know, or even ourselves don't desire to take on. So my challenge to you through this video message is to question who's your leader. Are you leading your life more than you should be? Are you allowing God to lead as much as he should be? This summer, are you going to turn to your ways, turn to your successes and prestige, and continue to lead yourself, or are you going to allow Christ to do what he wants through you? And that's a day-to-day battle, I think. Every day you're going to have successes, you're going to have failures. And I certainly don't want to come here telling you guys I expect you to be perfect. I do expect you, though, to keep each other accountable. And I do expect that you keep me accountable. But we pray for each other in this matter, that we certainly seek out the burdens of being a leader, and not the publicity, not the fame. That we're willing to be humble and under the scenes and encourage our success where God puts us through the people he has us associate with and lead. So think about that. Your quad leaders, your T3 AWs, ADs, how are you going to lead? I hope that you realize God's put you here for a reason. Now, don't be selfish about it. Let God lead through you. Be humble. Be a servant. Don't look for fame. Don't look for recognition. Certainly allow God to take charge and lead your life how he deems necessary. And hold each other accountable. Let God lead. So think about that. Once again, any comments or thoughts that you want to post on that, I'd love to see them. Direct them to that Facebook page, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.